The Chow Chow's most famous feature isn't its mane of fur or its aloof lion-like dignity. It's that startling, impossible blue-black tongue. But why is it so unique? Is it just cosmetic, a quirk of breeding, or could it serve a practical purpose like the sun-protective tongues of giraffes and impala? And how has this strange trait lasted for thousands of years, becoming a symbol so unique it was recorded in ancient writings? In this video, we'll unravel the science, genetics, and history behind the chow's tongue, and why preserving its full blue color matters for the breed's heritage today. Chow Chow puppies are born with pink tongues, just like most other dogs, but within weeks, pigmentation begins to appear. By 2 to 3 months of age, the tongue usually darkens to that signature shade, anything from slate blue to deep blue-black. This pigmentation comes from melanin, the same pigment that colors skin, gums, and noses. But in chows, the pattern is unique, a concentrated deposit in the tongue's mucosa. And here's something interesting. The gene or set of genes that control tongue pigmentation are not directly tied to those controlling coat, nose, eye, or gum color. That's why you can have a cream chow with pink gums but still a dark blue tongue, or a dog with black nose and gums, yet an undesirably pale tongue. These traits may overlap, but they are genetically independent. Not all blue tongues are equal. Breeders and judges look for a solid, rich blue-black without pink patches or paleness. Several factors influence this. Dilution genes. Just as coat color can be diluted from black to blue or red to fawn, the depth of tongue pigmentation can also be lighter in dogs carrying the dilution gene. Aging. Older chows sometimes show fading or irregularity in pigment as part of natural changes. Damage or injury. Teeth abrasion or minor trauma can create pink areas on the tongue surface. Importantly, those are not genetic faults but acquired marks. The blue tongue is not a modern fancy. Records from ancient China describe the chow's dark tongue as one of its distinguishing features. Sculptures and figurines from the Han Dynasty and later often show a square, broad muzzle, features linked with the same breed type that carried the pigmented tongue. This means that for over 2,000 years, the blue tongue has been seen as a defining hallmark of the breed, not an accident of modern breeding, but a marker of its identity and continuity through time. This is where things get fascinating. Why would a dog develop a dark tongue at all? In other mammals, pigmentation often has practical value. Giraffes, for example, have tongues that are darkest at the front, the part exposed to the African sun while they browse leaves for hours each day. The leading theory is that the melanin acts as a natural sunscreen. Impala and other antelope have been observed with tongues darkened the front half, and sometimes more extensively towards the back, exactly where they use it for grazing and licking in bright daylight. So, could chows have retained their blue tongues for the same reason? After all, dogs regulate body temperature by panting, often with the tongue extended in hot sunny weather. A pigmented tongue might have reduced UV damage in ancestral environments, whether the snowy glare of the northern China or the summer heat. We can't prove it yet. Unlike giraffes, chows haven't been studied for UV protection. But the parallel is striking. Nature rarely repeats itself by coincidence. Whatever the original function, the blue tongue is now more than science. It's a symbol. Breed standards around the world call for a tongue that is uniformly blue-black with no pink or patchiness. Judges look for it in the ring. Breeders value it as a sign of type. and enthusiasts cherish it as a link back to the chow's ancient origins. This is why it matters to preserve it. A light or spotted tongue is considered a serious fault, not because of aesthetics alone, but because it signals a drift from the chow's ancient identity. It is worth noting, though, that external factors like injury or dental wear can create pink spots that are not genetic. That's why a careful evaluation and context is key. For chow owners, a blue tongue isn't just a hallmark, it's also a health checkpoint. A naturally pigmented tongue is normal for the breed. Sudden changes, like a tongue turning bluish in a pink-tongued dog, or going pale in a chow, can indicate oxygenation or circulation problems and need a vet's attention. Remember, the tongue should be consistently blue, but injury, aging, or genetic dilution may lighten it. The key is to understand what's normal for your chow and what signals a problem. So, what does this all mean? The chow's blue tongue is a genetic hallmark distinct from other pigment traits, a trait recognized for thousands of years in China, a possible parallel to UV protection pigmentation seen in giraffes and impala, and most importantly, a feature we must protect and preserve in the breed. When you look at your chow's dark tongue, you're not just seeing a curiosity, you're looking at a living connection, a piece of natural history, a hallmark that has survived empires, climates, and centuries. It's up to us as caretakers of the breed to keep it alive. Every pant, every lick, every smile from a chow carries the story of its blue tongue. Unique, mysterious, practical, symbolic. Next time when somebody asks you why your chow has a blue tongue, you can say, it's not just a quirk. It's history, science, and heritage rolled into one. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out the playlists where we explore more of the Chow Chow's unique history and care. And if you haven't yet given Aria a like, she would appreciate it. She'll be back to guide us in the next chapter.